Hello, Mr. Horse here, at your service. This is part 3 of the great song Imagine. Imagine. Now you gotta use a lot of imagination in order to imagine some of the things that Mr. Lennon described. So that's why it's called Imagine, because you really need a tremendous amount of imagination. Otherwise, it's difficult to understand. It's really fun to play. Don't get too crazy about it, but so I'm gonna move on to the next ideology. Talk about, atheism briefly. Okay. I mean, I can spend 10 videos to discuss, atheism, but I'm not going to do that because that's not appropriate for this video. This is a guitar video, music video. So the next ideology promoted in a song Imagine is a political one, and you need to use even more imagination to imagine this, because it's harder. As Mr. Lennon said, imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I am not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Oh gosh. Anyway, it's a mess, but it's okay. This guitar is a mess anyway. So let's talk about the meaning. Right now I'm interested in the meaning. I'm not really that, I'm the guitar playing. When I do the guitar videos, I'm going to focus on the guitar. Right now it's just secondary, the guitar. no countries. Okay, so if there is no countries, if this world is nationless, that the world is one. It's just one country, I mean, no countries means one country, really. Big country. I mean, the world is a country. Global. Globe. So, we're going to do away with nationalism, because country, nation, nationalism. And we're going to have globalism. World as one. A global society, a global government, a global economy, a global whatever, a global educational system. So this is a political, ideology, right? I mean, because it's about politics, political, issues, right? No countries. Why there should not be countries? If you ask people who promote this idea, we shouldn't have any political boundaries, divisions. It really comes down to divisions. The people believe, well, any kind of division, any kind of differences is negative. It's evil. It's evil, right? Because it produces evil consequences. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Notice here, in the first verse, imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. Now this one, no countries, it isn't hard to do. Compare those two phrases. You can infer that it is harder to imagine there's no countries. Okay, it's easier to imagine there's no religion, there's no God. But no countries is harder. It isn't hard to do. It's hard. It's harder than, the other one. It's not easy, but it's not too hard. Why? Because everyone has a country nowadays. I mean, everybody has a country, but not everybody has a religion. A lot of people don't believe in God, are atheists. That's just the way it is. But everyone has a country. You can't say, I don't have a country. Everyone is born in a certain country. I am Chinese because I was born in a Chinese country. You are American because you were born in American country. So it is harder because everybody has a country. It's harder to imagine there's a world without any countries. That's why. I want to point that out. Now, because some people believe that all this division, I am Chinese, you are Japanese, you are Korean, you're Indian, you're American, you are Canadian, you are, British, you are German. All this differentiation, this division create conflict. See, that's why nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. If there's no countries, then there's nothing to kill or die for. Okay, I'm not gonna say, then I won't have to say, well, I'm going to die for my country. I'm going to die for, China or Taiwan. I mean, actually, I'm from Taiwan. My father was from China. I don't have to say, if there's no country, then you don't have to say, well, I'm going to die for America. I'm going to die for Japan. I'm going to die for, this country. See? Then there wouldn't be conflict. There wouldn't be conflict. Nothing to kill. If there are no countries, then then there's no invasion. I mean, that is right. Because of how did war between countries. I mean, of course you have within countries, but let's say just between countries. Most of the wars, happen between countries. How did they occur? Well, it's one country invades another country. So we want your land. We want your whatever. We're gonna kill you. Invasion. Nothing to kill. If there are no countries, then there wouldn't be any invasion, right? So then there won't be anybody to kill, and there's nothing to die for. See, that is very logical if you think about it. I mean, it's logical, pure logic, though. Theoretical. I mean, it's very theory, really theoretical. Now, I don't have a lot of time right now, but I just want to talk about imagine all the people living life in peace. Peace. Now, peace is something that we all want to achieve, obtain peace. But most people don't know there are two kinds of peace. One is the genuine, authentic, real peace. The other kind of peace is manufactured. It is imposed, manufactured, completely manipulated, controlled peace. A male lion, adult, and a male adult tiger, if they can coexist without killing each other, that is the first type of peace. That's the real peace. That's the genuine peace. Because they both have to control their instinct. The instinct is to kill each other. Hey, I'm going to kill you, A lion and a zebra, if they can occupy the same space without the lion killing the zebra, and the zebra not going to be able to kill the lion, that is also real peace. Now, that's the first kind of peace I'm talking about. The second kind of peace, you have a lion here, you have a lamb, you have a sheep there. They are laying down together. From a distance, they're laying down, but nothing is going on. There's no struggling. There's no struggles. The sheep is not struggling. It's laying there quietly, motionless. So on the surface, you can see, well, that's peace, that's very peaceful. They are in peace.